Hi, Coach. Good afternoon. Do you have an update on Chandler?
Taking him to get an MRI today, and then we'll kind of go from there and know the exact options that are on the table after that.
Hey Cliff, what's the believed injury? Is it a torn bicep? And then if he is out the rest of the year, kind of what's the plan going forward at that position?
We think it is a bicep injury, and that's something we're working through right now. Kind of what are the next steps? What are the options on the table for him? And that'll be a big part of our week this week.
Kliff, what does Chandler Jones bring to this team, both statistically, but also just leadership-wise, either the defense or the team as a whole?
Yeah, he's an incredible human being just to be around. Never seen him without a smile on his face. His work ethic, the energy he brings to the practice field, he's relentless. And even when teams are double, triple teaming him, he doesn't get down. He's excited for everybody else's success, and he's a huge part of this deal.
Next, we'll go Kyle, Bob, David.
Well, I'm not sure if you know medically or not, but even if it is torn, are there options to not have surgery immediately, or if it is torn, does that mean that's it for the season?
That's what we're going to try and work through. Hoping there may be some options out there, but until we've kind of finalized what the MRI is and sit down with him, I don't have any answers on it just yet.
Kliff, what's the immediate benefactor without him being there? Who steps in, especially with Devon still being slow with the calf?
Yeah, I hope to get Devon back sooner than later, and then Hassan and Kylie got to keep coming on.
Hey, Kliff, obviously a lot went well last week, but again, the penalties issue kind of kept cropping up again. Is there anything like a constant in these past 5 games that has led to this team being one of the more penalized in the league? Like, what do you think's going on?
Yeah, we just have to practice better. The wins, we've had more penalties than the losses, which is a little unique. But we have to practice penalty-free and practice cleaner, and then that'll translate to the games. Right now, I think we're letting some stuff go on the practice field and expecting it to get cleaned up on Sundays, and that's not how it works.
Next up, Richard, Catherine, and Darren.
Yeah, Coach, when it comes to replacing a guy like Chandler, I mean, it's almost impossible because he's such an unbelievable talent. I would imagine it's going to take a group effort. Does it fall on several players? Does it fall on Vance Joseph maybe coming up with, more creative packages to get pressure on the quarterback? And how encouraged were you to see guys like Dennis Gardeck come in and get pressure on the quarterback in Chandler's absence?
It really falls on all of us, every player on this team. You got to step your game up offensively, score more points, special teams wise, get better field position, and then defensively, we got to find a way to generate pressure. And as far as Gardeck goes, just a phenomenal story. His work ethic, I mean, his presence each and every day on that practice field when he's going scout team against our offensive line is amazing to watch, and hard work pays off, and he took advantage of that opportunity.
Kliff, I know you mentioned some of the things, even in a win yesterday, that you still want to improve on, but looking at the offense in particular, what did you feel best about yesterday?
Just that at the end of the game, when we needed drives to close it out, we got it done. I thought that was good. I thought we sputtered around once again. Huge penalties that just keep stalling drives. I think we lead the league in that category. And we got to be able to overcome that, and we did. Towards the end of the game, had a couple drives there late. We were backed up one when the length of the field to kind of seal it, and then even having the ball at the end and being able to run the ball out and end the game on our terms, I thought was a good way for us to finish it after a kind of an up and down performance.
Hey, Kliff, I know yesterday DeAndre was talking about telling Kyler to trust him, to give him a chance just to go get the ball. I'm wondering, as a former quarterback and as a coach, how difficult is that when you're talking to your quarterback with certain guys where you're saying, yeah, go ahead and just trust them that they're going to do that play rather than, even if he's not necessarily the most open?
It's all about building that rapport. He is a unique talent, and he's proven that over his career in this NFL. And So I think those two guys are just going to continue to build that together. As a coach, you always think players, not plays, in crucial situations, and I think as a quarterback you do as well. And it was nice to see them connect on a couple of deep throws yesterday.
Next, please, Bob, Mike, and Mark.
Kliff, how has Brett Hundley handled the situation with being activated, and how comfortable are you with Chris to run the whole offense if you ever needed him to?
Yeah, Brett's been great. Works as hard as anybody on our team. He's ready, studies the game plan, as well as anybody, and can't say enough good things about how he's handled this season. And then Shrev has been impressive ever since he got here, training camp on. Very diligent, works hard at it, studies day and night, and comes in prepared every day. And so we feel good about him being able to operate at a high level.
Kliff, I know you're still trying to figure out the identity of the offense, but is yesterday kind of a version where you get balance, you're able to run the ball, take some shots down the field, and then in the intermediate routes, that's where you guys, pick up first downs? Is that somewhat what you want to see in the future?
Just more consistent play, really. Like I said, we've stalled so many drives because of penalties, and that's just kind of been disjointed throughout the season because of that. Had some flashes of brilliance, but haven't put together a consistent game yet, and that's what we're working for. I think that's the signal of a great offense, is one that plays downhill consistently, not a lot of negative plays, and is more efficient than we've been playing.
Hey, Kliff, back to Dennis real quick. What was your opinion of his dance yesterday? He called it the turning the corner dance.
Yeah,
did you get a good look at it?
Not good.
Okay, we'll go to Catherine, David, and Josh.
Hey, Kliff. I think it's been a while since we've asked you about your use of analytics, and I was wondering if those are any different in year two now that you know these guys a bit more, if there are times where just like seeing what they can do when it defies the numbers. Do you approach that any differently in your second year?
I think there is a comfort level with our personnel and just getting their information. If they come to me and say, hey, we got this or we got that, that can, adjust my thinking a bit. A lot goes into it. We love to have the analytics and kind of have the probabilities right in front of you so you can help your decisions. But definitely just a trust factor with our players and knowing, hey, we can get this, leaning on them to give you that information is definitely a step forward.
Hey, Kliff, I know it's a little different because of the pandemic and everything, but now that the game week's actually here, going back to Texas, a Monday night game at Dallas, what are the feelings for you? Is it kind of a cool week for you personally just to have this opportunity? Yeah,
I mean, I love the state of Texas and big fans of the Jones family. And so it's always an honor and, a dream come true to be able to play in that stadium as a young man who grew up in Texas and played high school football down there.
Hey, Kliff, what was it like going back to face the Jets? Obviously, you played with them, had your first, I think, only career pass, obviously a different stadium, but what was it like just being there, facing them, and just? Yeah,
thanks for pointing that out. It was, I'm a big fan of the city of New York, so anytime we get to go, it's fun. There's a special energy there. But it's different without the fans, obviously, but I thought our team handled the East Coast and handled the travel, and so I was proud of their effort out there.
We will close it out with Kyle, Howard, and Bob.
Building off Catherine's question a bit, Doug Peterson went for 2 after his first touchdown a couple weeks ago. If you continue to have short yardage success and knowing that Kyler's mobility is tough on defenses, would you consider even pushing the envelope more early on in games to try to get jump on teams, even if it's not super conventional?
Yeah, I think there's something to that, no doubt. If you feel like you need a spark or you feel really confident in your short yardage package or see something on tape, I think, hey, be aggressive and try to get those points that are out there. And that looks like what Coach Peterson is doing.
Hey, Coach, how would you evaluate Justin Murray with getting a lot of time at guard, especially yesterday, and as he's gotten more experience after playing tackle last year?
He did a nice job. We were also impressed with the way he came in and got thrown in the fire last year and handled himself and continued to progress. And we've seen more progression this year through training camp and being able to play inside now. I think he's found a home. He's athletic in there and did a nice job when he was called upon yesterday.
Can you talk about the fun you're having being 4 for 4 on 4th downs, and how big of a spot do you reserve that on your daily play chart?
Yeah, we just want to make sure, we're going to continue to be aggressive and have good calls ready. And so if they arise and we feel confident in it, we're going to pull the trigger and try to make it work. And our players have done a great job executing those so far.